I'm Amy.
Standing on the balcony of my now rightfully owned estate, the wind tousling my hair, I take a sip of Earl Grey from a once locked-away bone china cup. The library inside has been restored, and the stain on the floor is long gone. Grandpa's chessboard sits there, but 2 black pawns are missing. My phone buzzes with a collect call from the county jail. It's either my mother or brother again, asking for money, trying to explain or blame me. I simply block their numbers. 6 months ago, the scene was far from this peaceful. I was in the library, watching as my mother, Vivian, and brother, Ethan, were about to make a grave mistake. Vivian was signing a stack of documents for a $500,000 hard money loan, using a house that rightfully belonged to me as collateral. It all started after my grandfather's funeral reception. I had spent hours refilling wine glasses and taking coats, feeling invisible in my own home. When the last guest left, I approached Vivian, who was sitting at the head of the mahogany dining table with a real estate developer. Asked if I could have Grandpa's chess book, the one he taught me to play with. Vivian, a cold and greedy woman, just sneered at me. She grabbed the book, tossed it on a chair, and then sat on it, as if it was nothing but a cheap cushion. Ethan, standing nearby, laughed and poured champagne on it. At that moment, I realized they didn't see me as family. I was just a servant in their eyes. After they went to the patio to smoke, I retrieved the book and took it to the kitchen. To my surprise, inside the hollowed-out pages was Grandpa's original notarized will. It clearly stated that I was the sole heir to the estate and all the money. I knew if I confronted them right away, Vivian would destroy the will, and it would turn into a long, drawn-out legal battle I couldn't afford. So, I decided to bide my time. 2 weeks later, the sale of the house hit a snag. The title search was taking forever because of the old estate records. But Vivian was desperate. She had gambling debts from Las Vegas and a lifestyle that cost a fortune to maintain. Ethan suggested getting a hard money loan. I knew it was a trap they were falling into. On the fateful Friday morning, Mr. Thompson, a loan officer who thrived on people's desperation, and a notary arrived. They set up in the library, using the same desk where Grandpa used to teach me chess. Vivian was so focused on getting the money that she didn't even notice me as I brought in a tray of coffee and biscuits. As Vivian signed the loan documents, I watched closely. With each signature, she was digging her own grave. Once the notary stamped the papers, the money was transferred. That's when I unmuted my phone call with Mr. Harris, my lawyer. I asked Vivian if the money was in her account and if she had officially mortgaged the house. She snapped at me, thinking I was just a fool. Then the FBI agents burst in. I presented the will, proving that Vivian had committed wire fraud and bank fraud. Mr. Thompson panicked, realizing he had facilitated a felony. Vivian was arrested, and I thought it was over. But Ethan wasn't done. He produced an emergency guardianship order, claiming I had severe paranoid delusions and a history of planting evidence. He wanted to lock me away and sell the house. However, Mr. Harris was prepared. He showed an addendum to the will, the competency clause. Ethan's doctor, Dr. Lewis, who had lost his license for malpractice, had provided a fraudulent affidavit. In contrast, I had a recent and legitimate psychiatric evaluation by Dr. Carter, the state's chief psychiatrist, proving my mental capacity. In the end, Ethan was also arrested. Now, I'm renovating the East Wing to turn it into the Charles Anderson Sanctuary, a place for women escaping financial abuse. Grandpa left me more than just a house. He left me the strength to stand up for myself. In the game of life, just like in chess, sometimes the quietest moves are the most powerful.
Checkmate, Grandpa.